What is up, everybody? I think that this is going to be one of the best videos that I've ever made. There's just a lot to get into here. So I do want to start by just stating, if you see any giveaway ads on any of my videos, on any YouTube video, stating, send X amount of digital assets or cryptocurrency, it doesn't matter if it's Ripple, it doesn't matter if it's Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever, and you'll get X amount back in return. That is 100% a scam, everybody. And if one person out of 1,000 ends up buying into that and getting scammed, it's worth putting on this video. So do not send your digital assets anywhere. Be smart. If you have a question, most communities are very open or willing to answer your questions. Feel free to ask me at any time. I generally am pretty decent about getting back to people. So today we are going to talk about the integrator for Swift, who handles quadrillions of dollars yearly in payment messaging, and their systems integrator updating them for ISO 20022 standardization, basically having a patent to utilize XRP and Ripple. We're also going to talk about the Bank of England, who just released their annual report, which includes some interesting information on the updated real-time gross settlement system, and found some other interesting information about Bank of England as well. So this is a little bit two deep dives in this video, and I do not think that you'll be disappointed. So first, some news. Ontology partners with Google Cloud as 3 ontology projects are accepted. I don't want to get overly into this, but that is adoption for ontology. And obviously we all know about Ont. Now this is Yoma Bank transforms a multi-channel customer experience. This is Finastra. They basically are updating their systems with Finastra. We all know that Finastra is on-demand liquidity and XRP enabled. This was also today. R3 CEO starts Ledger Edge blockchain platform for corporate bonds. David Rutter, enterprise blockchain firm R3 CEO, has started a corporate bond technology venture, Ledger Edge, which is building a platform and ecosystem for secondary trading in the corporate bond market. According to the firm, $59 billion is traded daily, with less than 1/3 of that traded electronically. This is the website Ledger Edge. Right now, it's basically just a mailing address. So if you sign up, I'm sure you'll get updates. Bank of England mulling new digital currency post-Brexit. I'm not even going to get into that because that's just very obvious that that's going to happen. Now, I did find this today, too. This is Noom, I'll just say Noom, extends card issuance service to Europe. Singapore-based global fintech platform Noom has partnered with payment giant Visa to expand its card issuance business in Europe. Visa and Noom will streamline the creation, management, and distribution of cards for companies in Europe on a single system. And I know for a fact they talk about real-time fund transfers. They talk about secure digital payments via tokenization for in-store, online payments, and ATM points. They also talk about API access, multi-currency cards, etc. If you are not aware, Instarem rebranded to Noom. This was probably late last year. And Instarem is RippleNet, and Noom is RippleNet. I have not heard anything with that they're utilizing XRP. Maybe I missed that, but I don't think that they're utilizing on-demand liquidity yet. Maybe they are. All right. Now, I did find this interesting today. This is just a little bit of a sidebar. This is AWS, what's new for 2020. There's blockchain all throughout this. Amazon managed blockchain now supports Singapore, and across the board, it just talks about all the updates. But I found this was interesting. Amazon Pinpoint. Now it says the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India recently updated the regulations on commercial SMS sending. So text, right? Senders who have a local presence in India are required to register their use cases through the distributed ledger technology system, which is very interesting to me because we all know how much of a laggard India has been. So real quick, PayID targets overseas Filipino worker remittance market. That's great. I'm not going to get overly into that too. There's just too much to do here. Now, I did find this today, too. This is, I guess, a little bit of a mini deep dive prior to the Bank of England and the Swift XRP news. So, Internet Initiative Japan Incorporated, corporate overview. And I have no idea how I even found this, but this is Decurrent. Decurrent, fintech business. The IIJ, who we just talked about, owns 30% of the shares of Decurrent, or has a 30% stake in there. Now, they opened up an exchange service in April 2019, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, various cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, XRP, and Ethereum. Now, what's interesting is they're planning to handle stable coins such as MUFG coin, exchange cryptocurrency to electronic money points. First phase was last year. Plan to handle multi-currency settlement platforms such as stablecoins, electronic money, cryptocurrency, and others by utilizing the exchange platform, which is essentially what ODL is, right? Plan to widen usage for intergroup settlement. So the members of that group that are associated with this Decurrent are going to do intergroup settlement utilizing basically crypto, right? Or the potential to use crypto. And I dug a little bit deeper into there. I don't want to lose my place here. Internet Initiative Japan is Japan's first internet service provider. 8,500 blue chip clients. Operates in Japan, US, UK, Germany, China, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand. They employ more than 3,000 staff worldwide. Over 70% of which are technical engineers. Now, this Decurrent also is involved in this. Japan's largest railway company considers new crypto payment system. This was last year. I'm just trying to provide some scope here for you all. Now, this is Decurrent. Registered as crypto exchange, started offering crypto trading service, plan to start settlement service of cryptocurrencies such as electronic money charging, establish platform for trading and settlement of digital currency in the future. And let's move on from that. But I saw this. This is more current. This is Dido and Decurrent. July 7th, 2020. Dido Life and Decurrent started digital currency issuance testing. Experiment involves issuing a digital currency under the brand of Dido Life on a platform that issues and manages digital currencies on blockchain, created by Decurrent, and building a virtual economic block accessible only to the test participants, which is the first attempt among the Japanese life insurance companies. The participants use a smartphone app to hold the digital currency, buy items, join automatic savings plans using smart contracts. I just thought that was really interesting to present to you guys. And this is that Internet Initiative Japan Incorporated corporate overview, 8,500 enterprise customers. We talked about that. I'm not going to get overly into that. Okay. Now, this is from the Bank of England and their annual report today. I'm not going to go overly in depth into this because, again, it's just a 27-page document. There's no way to possibly do that. So I did want to go through a couple things, though. So initially, we expect that real-time gross settlement will, from the outset, continue to use SWIFT as the provider of message services. But we will also design the renewed real-time gross settlement system to be message network agnostic, which means it doesn't care if it uses SWIFT or something else that can transmit those messages, right? I know one thing that can. So maybe some of you do. To be capable of sending and receiving payment messages from multiple sources and interfacing with multiple message networks. The program regularly convenes thematic workshops. This is talking about ISO 20022. All right. And let me see if I can find this, because I've got a lot in this presentation for you all today. Okay. Where is it at? Hold on. I think it's under interoperability. All right. Well, okay. Here we go. All right. February 2019, Bank published a contract notice in the official journal of the European Union, inviting potential technology delivery partners to express their interest. Following a rigorous and competitive dialogue process, the chosen TDP, technology delivery partner, is due to be announced in late summer 2020. Once the TDP is in place, we will start building the renewed service, starting with deliverables centered on participant data channels. Range of new features and capabilities in the bank's vision for the renewed RTGS. The biggest thing that sticks out to me here is wider interoperability. Okay, now we're going to keep moving on this. I actually had a duplicate web browser open with this exact place, so I wouldn't do what I just did for a minute. So, all right, let's move on though. Now, I did find in this also, the requirements are aligned with the comprehensive principles of the National Institute of Standards and Technology's cybersecurity framework. This is the cyber risk to real-time gross settlement and CHAPS. Okay? And to improve cyber resilience of CHAPS DPs, we have recently published a new set of enhanced security requirements. And the CHAPS reference manual aligned to NIST's cybersecurity framework. The focus for 2020 and 2021 will be on starting to undertake assurance against the new security requirements. And you look into NIST, their cybersecurity framework, talking about blockchain, basically says, with that said, even though the framework was not designed for blockchain technology, this cybersecurity framework specifically, its standards are broad enough to cover blockchain technology and to help institutions develop policies and processes that identify and control risks affecting blockchain technology. This is what I wanted to present to you, though, because we can all see that they're going to consistently put out annual documents, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to post anything in those. But if you dig deep enough on the website, and I actually watched a video from Victoria Cleland, who is a bigwig at the Bank of England, and she states the same thing. Pay attention to this. Bank of England, functionality of the new real-time gross settlement service. And we get down into this, which is what I care about. Settlement models. The new system will include updated features like automated notifications, increased information, exchange capacity, and the option to forward schedule movements between accounts, and real-time gross settlement. It will have the capacity to support a diverse range of settlement models, including systems operating on innovative payment technologies, such as those built on distributed ledger technology. Synchronization. We're exploring demand for synchronization functionality, the ability to synchronize cash movements and real-time gross settlement with the movement of cash or assets in other systems. We're exploring functionality where a trusted third party, quote unquote, synchronization operator could earmark and order the transfer of funds between participating institutions, accounts, and RTGS once required conditions have been met. Potential use cases include housing transactions or real estate, corporate actions, and cross-border payments. And this is, just about more about interoperability here. That's huge, though. I mean, it's going to support DLT. And that video that I saw from Victoria Cleland basically stated they're not going to be built on DLT, but it can interoperate with DLT. Now, this is Bank of England supporting settlement and DLTs, technology delivery partner for their core settlement engine, which I found, synchronized settlement and central bank money with the transfer of one or more assets. What does that sound like, everybody? That sounds like they're literally going to bridge central bank or CBDCs. They're going to bridge central bank money with the transfer of one or more assets. It's pretty friggin' self-explanatory. It's right there for all of us to see. I don't know. I mean, you can find these links. If you know how to do a Twitter advanced search, type in Bank of England and type in my Twitter handle, and you can easily find this stuff just like I am. DLT will be able to connect to the service. Proof of concept to understand supporting settlement systems operating on innovative payment technologies. If you don't think that has to do with Interledger Protocol and Ripple, I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you. It definitely does. Now, their technology delivery partner will work with the bank on the design and the build of the core settlement engine. Introduce read-write APIs and are exploring the ability to synchronize a settlement of a payment in sterling central bank money to be coordinated with the transfer of one or more assets. Fantastic. Okay, Bank of England is done. Now we're going to get into SWIFT and the parallel system that they are building with DLT that directly calls out RippleNet and directly calls out XRP as a settlement mechanism. Take it with a grain of salt if you want to. I don't care. It's all open access news for all of you to go out and find on your own. This is what they're doing 100%. Identity partnered with Trace Financial to update SWIFT for the ISO 20022 standards for messaging. I'll show that to you in a second. Identity also has a patent that you will see in their 2019 slideshow, basically saying patent pending, that all their proprietary information is owned by them. That patent directly calls out a parallel system running XRP, RippleNet, other blockchain networks in parallel with SWIFT and the ability to interoperate. All right. New FX solution creates global customer opportunities by Identity on July 9th, 2020. They launched Overlay FX to create a single digital workflow for FX transaction information across the entire trade lifecycle. All right. HSBC, which is huge. If you're not aware, HSBC is basically the 7th largest bank in the world and the largest in Europe with total assets of $2.558 trillion. HSBC introduces DART, D-A-R-T, payment solution in partnership with Fintech Identity. If you think a small little tiny startup like Identity, who just started, Identity started in Accenture's Innovation Lab in 2015, right around the same time that Ripple was dealing with Accenture in 2015, 2016. Sure, it's just a coincidence, right? Identity is also built on the Ripple protocol. You'll see that in a second too. Global bank HSBC has entered into a fintech partnership to enable faster business payments. The organization will use Australian fintech Identity's tokenization technology with its own receivables infrastructure to create a digital accounts receivable tool. HSBC DART built on Identity's tokenization technology. I don't think we need to get overly into that. I just talked about that. All right. Fintech Innovation Lab, Asia Pacific. I believe this was operated by Accenture. They're basically right down here at the bottom, so that generally means that they're the overseers of this entire project. All right, we click on Identity. Let's see about Identity here. And this is going to be that light font. I apologize, everybody. The goal of this simple, fast, and secure payment network from Australia is to make a cross-border payment as easy as a domestic payment. Built on the Ripple protocol, it is designed to support low-value, high-volume cross-border payments and reduce bank processing costs. Sparrow's products are quickly deployable, cloud-hosted, and provided to banks as a payment option to their customers. I don't need to go overly more into that. Built on the Ripple protocol, Identity. Very, very interesting. Identity partners with Trace Financial for Swift ISO 2002 overlay. So they're building the system, everybody, and it's right there for all of us to see, and 99% of the world is extremely blind to what's going on. I don't even want to say blind, just ignorant, and they don't care. But it is what it is. Identity and R3 to launch overlay ISO 20022 trial. Why would they do that? So Identity is tied in with R3 as well. Identity joins Australian banking group Beyond to boost digitalization. Group of banks that include Rabobank, Commonwealth Bank, UBS, Societe Generale, ABN AMRO, Nomura to ensure that Identity's platform complies with BIAN standards for easier adoption. BIAN also includes technology providers and consultants including Dell, Accenture, SAP, Swift, IBM, and Oracle. Ripple was integrated into Accenture, SAP, and Oracle. And if you want to even go into IBM, you can because of Interledger. All right. Now, this is a late 2018 investor roadshow here from Identity. And I'm going to browse through this real quick because I want to get into the patent here. So, industry challenge. Missing information is a US $9 trillion problem for banks and corporates. I'm assuming that's an annual problem. $2 trillion is laundered every year. Investigations cost banks $120 million a day. $9 trillion of liquidity is locked up on supplier balance sheets. $15 million in annual savings. I guess if they're going to utilize this platform, but I would think it'd be way more than that. Okay, now we get down into this. Our customers. By 2020, our target buyers will be responsible for $2 trillion in global payments revenue. This is Identity. Pricing strategy, who cares? Customer pipeline. Market landscape, Swift, ACH, RTGS, Ripple, Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, Ali Cloud. Identity for the APIs, Corda, Ethereum, Hyperledger. This is all about interoperability, everybody. I talk about it all the time, building a system that runs in parallel with the legacy system, and eventually it just switches over to the new system. And it's right here for all of us to see. Commercial partner, Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, Swift, Blue Prism, and let me get down into here. Competitive differentiation. All intellectual property is owned by the company. Patent pending. Let's see what that patent is. All right, this is the Identity patent. Computer implemented method for processing a financial transaction and a system thereof. You can see here Identity Limited, right? Show all events, still pending, okay? Looks like they applied in 2016. Priority assigned publication, and it's a pending patent, right? Now, bear with me with this because it's going to be a little bit different than what we're used to here. I will link this though for you guys. All right. So, with reference to Figure 9b, the payment data record is utilized has fed into a settlement network such as, for example, operating under the Ripple protocol, thereby permitting substantially real-time settlement across multiple institutions and banks. This is Figure 9b here, okay? Token of bank ID, biller, payer bank. Populate and settle falls under Ripple right here, okay? We go back. All right. With reference to Figure 10b, when ready to settle the financial transaction, and it goes into a lot of detail there, but I'm not going to overly bore you. Settlement gateway, and this is in 10b, of the payer's bank sends by way of non-limiting, example, XRP, the native currency of the Ripple protocol, to biller's bank gateway. Payer's bank gateway notifies token database of receipt. This is Figure 10b. Transaction, entity A. I apologize, everybody, that it's kind of a funky way of presenting this to you guys, but what do they call XRP in that one? 1023. Token database, 1023 here. Bank A, Bank B, entity, transaction. All right. Now, this is Figure 13. Provides a comparison of characteristics of embodiments of the present invention as compared with prior art Swift-based messaging system at a commercial layer, a security layer, and a technical layer. Embodiments of the invention can be implemented utilizing the Ripple framework protocol and gateway, or more generally, any blockchain-based framework, interoperable, right? In a particular form, the final settlement process can be enabled through a Ripple framework, thereby to facilitate substantially real-time settlement across multiple institutions and multiple banks. And Figure 13, issue, commercial, bypass Swift. If it's a commercial issue, bypass Swift. No competition under Ripple given infrastructure focus. Proposed, banks turn cost center Swift processing into profit pool. Security, Swift-based, Ripple blockchain, bank's private system. I mean, this is fascinating stuff, guys. This is the this is the fintech that's updating Swift for ISO 20022, and they're literally talking about settling in XRP. Okay, you can't make this stuff up, by the way. All right, go down. Blockchains can be based on / operate in association with any one of a number of protocols. For example, Ripple or Stellar. I say that all the time here. There's going to be multiple winners here. Settlement gateway of payer's bank sends by way of non-limiting, example XRP again. And where is that at? What? Oops, shoot. Hold on. Told you this was going to be funky trying to get through this. We're on Figure 17 now, so I think I have Figure 17 pulled up. I have Figure 16, which I think shows that, actually I know it does, if you read into the patent, it shows these systems operating in parallel, okay? I'm not going to overly try to get into this, but that is what it does. Blockchain identifies shared ledger data. You can see Swift and you can see token XYZ, which I'm assuming just means any sort of tokenization or blockchain platform. Figure 17 here. Figure 17. Example XRP. And it is, and I do apologize for this too. I mean, these patents, when you look through them sometimes, are super blurred out. The scans are just terrible that you deal with. But let me get into the end here. Embodiments of the invention can be utilized the Ripple framework protocol and gateway, or more generally any blockchain-based framework in a particular form. Final settlement, we went through that already. And now they do talk in this, though, in this whole patent, preferably the blockchain settlement system employs the Ripple protocol. Well, identity, as we know at this point, is built on the Ripple protocol, so I don't know how it would not employ the Ripple protocol. So, and where's Parallel? Parallel interface connectivity. Parallel connectivity. In this instance, it will be observed that the tokenized transmission distributed ledger operates in parallel with conventional transmission between institution A and B. Conventional transmission includes transmission of conventional messages utilizing the SWIFT protocol. It is also noted that institution A and institution B may be subsidiaries of the same institution or may otherwise be closely related. It is, in the alternative, they may be completely independent institutions. I mean, all right, everybody. I'm going to end this here with this. SWIFT transfers about $5 trillion per day. Okay? About $1.25 quadrillion per year. What they're building right now is a parallel system that runs in tandem with all of the legacy infrastructure out there. Okay? If tokenization is coming, which I 100% believe that it is, if digitization is coming, and if digital assets play a role in the future of this economy, which I believe they 100% do, and they even take a minute portion of $5 trillion per day, do you understand how much volume has to flow through those digital assets? I'm not sitting here telling you it's going to be XRP, although Identity is basically telling you that they prefer it to be XRP, and they're the ones updating the messaging standards for SWIFT, right? It may not be XRP. I personally believe it will. Not financial advice. I hold XRP. But there's so much opportunity in this space right now. They are building the infrastructure up, and I believe the infrastructure is nearly built. We see all these proof of concepts finalizing, Project Ubin across the board. All that I'm saying is be smart. Don't buy into scams. There's going to be multiple winners in this space, and 99% of the world's going to be shocked, but you and I won't be. All right? I hope you guys have a great day.